You're in the mix.
SKM presents Strictly for the Music Podcast. You are now live with the #1 podcast for all upcoming artists worldwide.
It's the real
deal. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. This is Strictly for the Music Podcast. I'm your host, DJ SKN. The next guest I got live in direct is a country pop singer from the United Kingdom. 2019 debut album released, A Better Man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to Paul.
Hello.
What's up, man? Thank you for coming on the podcast. And first things first, man, tell the audience about your music and how you started.
Yeah, sure. I mean, thank you for having me. My story is quite a long one, to be honest. I started music at quite a young age. I've been doing it properly now, professionally, for almost 15 years. I think a lot of my music, I guess, sort of resonates with some people dealing with loss and heartbreak and pain in many ways. And yeah, so it's been a lot of hard work.
All right, man. So no further ado, let us know about your debut released album, man.
Sure. My first proper album was back in 2019. It was called Better Man, and I just I'd taken a bit of a step away from the music for a while, and I was still writing, and I spent over 3 years writing the core aspects of the album, I guess. It took me quite a while. It's a very country themed album, with obviously pop elements in it as well. And yeah, again, it deals a lot with heartbreak and loss. I mean, I think that one of the biggest factors of that album and the upcoming album is I lost my mum when I lost my mother when I was quite young. So that's kind of been a driving force behind a lot of the music, I guess. And I think you can see it when you're listening to the music.
All right, man. That sounds amazing. So let me ask you this, man. Where can they find your album, man, A Better Man?
Better Man is, you can find that on Spotify, on Apple Music, I think Amazon Music, quite a few different outlets. I think they're the main, major bulk of it is there. I think it's also on YouTube somewhere. Not sure how it got there, but I mean, if you want to listen and not pay for a subscription, I guess YouTube's the place to go, right?
All right, man. So, how long did it take you to write this album, man?
The album that I've got coming up, or the last one?
No, hey, we're going to get into your album that's coming up, but let's talk about the album in 2019. This is when you debut. This is when people finally heard your sound and music and what you were doing in your local area, like United Kingdom, like you said. I think it was about 3 to 4 years I spent writing Better Man. I was going through a lot of stuff, so I took to just writing down my thoughts and feelings, and then I had this idea, and I was kind of like, okay, maybe it's time I turn and focus my attention on the music, and maybe I can get a label behind me, maybe I sign a deal, I don't know, the big dream, I guess. And I started writing, and I put together some of the tracks, some guitar riffs, and I started working with a few people, and it started to come together. And yeah, and in total, I think it took about 3 to 4 years worth of writing and trying to figure it out, and then obviously got myself in the studio and sort of smashed it out, I guess. All right, man. United Kingdom, Paul Carey, right? Yes. Yeah.
All right, man. All right, so man, releasing this debut album during a country genre, man. How did this evolve in the United Kingdom, and what inspired you to get into country?
That's the $1,000,000 question right there, right? I Well, growing up, because obviously I lost my mother at a young age, I was taken on by my grandparents, and my granddad, my grandfather, he listened to a lot of old school rock and roll, like Elvis Presley, Chuck Berry, Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, the classics, and a lot of Johnny Cash. So it sort of, I guess in a way, it sort of shaped the way I looked at songwriting. As once upon a time, the music industry was full of great writers, the people that made you feel an emotion when they sung. And nowadays, obviously, I think it's kind of there's not much real passionate song lyrics by most people nowadays. I mean, you had Cardi B release WAP. And I feel like, the industry's kind of taken a bit of a hit through people not really caring about the stuff that they're writing down. So my style sort of evolved from those artists and that sort of country-esque genre, and it led me to where I am now, I guess.
All right, man, that's amazing, man. So what is one of your favorite songs from the artist that you just recently made right now that inspired you to go into this route?
I think Elvis Presley's "If I Can Dream" was one of my biggest sort of. I mean, it's rare that you ever listen to a song, especially nowadays. I'm not sure about back then, but it's rare that you listen to a song and it sort of gives you chills and you feel the passion and the emotion from the person singing it. And I think "If I Can Dream" was one of the first that sort of really kind of made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and I was kind of like, okay, I like this. This is the kind of stuff I want to write. Passionate, real soulful, good music, I guess.
All right, man. All right, so Elvis Presley, man, wow. So going back to them early days, man, was it something that you knew that you were gonna do growing up?
I don't know. I used to tell my family that one day, I mean, in my prepubescent voice back then, one day I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And I don't know. I think I believed it, and I think part of me still believes it now. But I used to sit in my bedroom, and I had a big mirror on the wall in my room, and I used to stand in front of it and like practice Elvis Presley moves and and sing, and I think I thought to myself back then, I believed I would be the next like Elvis Presley or as big as, and I mean, it'd be an honor to even hit half of the, fame that he has. But yeah, I think it started quite young.
All right, man. All right. So being able to accomplish a big thing as an artist, man, how was this coming into releasing your official debut album, man? Like, was this something that you didn't expect, or was it something like you took you a minute to plan it out and get everything like sorted out for the release, man?
I don't know how I felt about it really. Like, obviously, I put in quite a bit of work, and I feel like once I was starting to promote it, I found there was quite a few radio stations and quite a few producers and people that reached out to me and said that they loved my sound and wanted me to go on the radio and perform live. And I kind of followed that circuit around a little bit and done some live shows and promoted it. But I don't think I expected the kind of response that I got for it. Like, I had a lot of personal direct messages from some people that were like, they were reaching out to me and they was telling me that my music has touched them in a way, you know, like the things I sing about are obviously real world problems, I guess, which, yeah, again, is something that isn't really done now. But it was kind of crazy to see the response that I got coming from where I come from. You know, I come from a family that never really had much in terms of finances, and we wasn't very well, I mean, all of my friends had internet during school, you know, Wi-Fi, and my family didn't, which I guess kind of puts it in perspective. So I never really expected the kind of response that I got, and sort of where things are heading now to actually happen, but it's starting to really pay off.
All right, man. All right. So, let's talk about this, man. The guitar, man. How did you start playing? How did you start playing, and what was the struggles of learning how to play the guitar, man?
I've always said I think learning the guitar is one of the hardest things to learn, because there's always more. there's always more that you can learn, and I mean, my grandfather bought me a guitar when I think I was about 7 or 8 for my birthday. I said I wanted one for years, and I got one, and I never learned to play it until I think I was about 13. Um, because it was just easier to leave it sitting there and not really put in any effort with it. But I started playing when I was around 13. I never had any lessons or anything. I just sort of started playing things in my bedroom, and sort of figuring out what sounded right and what didn't, and sort of went from there. But yeah, again, there's still so much more to learn. So it's one of those things, I guess.
All right, man. All right, so let's talk about the first song on the album, "Country Dream."
Oh, yes. You looked me up, huh? Uh,
Yeah,
Country Dream. Yeah. What about it?
elaborate on the song and how this came upon.
Oh, okay. That one. I used to have a notepad by the side of my bed, and I used to suffer with insomnia. So my doctor told me, you know, them nights that you can't sleep, or them nights that you do, if you manage to fall asleep, when you manage to fall asleep, if you write down what you dream about in your notepad or anything like that, and then in the morning you wake up and you read over it, and I did, and one night I had this crazy dream, and it was kind of weird because I became American in my dream. I was over in somewhere down Texas way, and I was, sort of doing things, and in the dream I met this girl, a girl I'd never seen before, and that sort of, I wrote about it obviously in the night, and I completely forgot until I woke up in the morning, and I was like, oh, okay, and then I started writing based on the dream, and hence the title Country Dream.
Oh man, that's amazing, man. All right, man. So let's go to "My Girl."
My Girl. Oh, that one was a good one. That's actually one of my favorite tracks off of that album. Because I feel like obviously the stripped back, just acoustic, me and the guitar kind of sound is very nice. It's a very mellow song. That one, I get asked about this quite often actually, and people go, "Did you write it about someone?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't. I genuinely didn't write it about anyone. I just sort of wrote a song that I thought, if and when you find the woman of your dreams, what kind of song would you want to be able to play to her? What would you want as like your song? When you're in a relationship, you go, oh my god, that's our song. And I thought, if I could write a song that people listen to and went, that's it, that's our song there, then My Girl would be the perfect fit.
All right, man. All right, so "When the Sun Goes Down."
That's a good one as well. That was another one written based on a dream. about I used to go camping a lot with my friends, and I had a dream where I was camping with my friends, and this group of girls kind of joined us, and there was one of these girls that I sort of liked and kind of, you know, wanted, you know, relations with, I guess. And yeah, sort of wrote the song based on that. It's a lot of it, I think, just kind of bounces around my head, and then I go, yeah, that's cool. I like that.
All right. All right. So, Million Miles.
Million Miles. That was sort of more of a, I guess, sort of a ballad for those people like that have long distance relationships, and you know, they fall in love and they don't see each other often, obviously, other than like Skype and video calls and things like that. So that was more of a sort of, I don't know, a hypothetical situation. Like if I fell for someone that was the other side of the world, you know, how would I feel about it? And I feel like that's sort of the aspect I take on that one, I think.
The Over Ballad.
The Over Ballad. That one. See, that one, and I think Whiskey Blues is one of two songs on the album that was me and my cousin. And and basically what happened is we were sitting around my house, and we had a few drinks, and you know, we were a bit, I guess, tipsy, jolly, if that's what you want to call it. And we busted out the guitars and we had a little jam session, and I thought, you know what, I'll record it. And those songs were actually the result of a one take jam session.
All right, man. Starfish.
Oh, now that one, have you listened to Starfish?
No, bro. You know what? Actually, bro, I just barely pulled this up right now, dog. That's why I
Oh.
said. That's why whenever I said Paul Carey from United, that's when I basically just looked you up, bro. Because I didn't know this is not on your profile, bro. This is not on
No
your
problem.
profile. I didn't know where this was at, so I had to do my research, big dog.
Yeah, no problem. Starfish is a country diss track. If you can believe there's a thing, it's right there. I wrote it after I was cheated on by an ex-partner, and she cheated on me with a couple of guys while we were in a 4-year relationship, and I came out of that, and I had a lot of anger and a lot of rage inside. So I was like, how can I get this girl back? How can I make her feel like absolute rubbish, trash, I guess.
Yeah.
And that was Starfish. Starfish is a country diss track. Starfish actually means something else, which I'm not sure if I can get away with saying on here. So I won't for now, but I'll leave it to interpretation, I guess.
All right. Hell yeah. Whiskey Blues.
Whiskey Blues. Yeah, that was the second track that I did with my cousin. That was a one take, completely improvised. There was no rehearsal. We had a few drinks. We were sitting there actually drinking whiskey at the time, and I was like, yeah, play that riff again. And my cousin started playing it, and I was like, yeah, this is the one, right? And then I got my phone out and I hit record, and that was it. The rest is history.
All right, man. Call Me Yours.
Call Me Yours. I can't actually remember that one. I'm trying to think of how it goes in my head now. But I think that was just another hypothetical. You know, them situations where there's a girl and you kind of want her, but you're not sure the feeling is reciprocated, and you're sort of like, you can be with me if you want. You've just got to kind of accept my flaws and accept my faults and get past that.
All right, man. The Man I Am.
The Man I Am. That's a good one. The Man I Am is a It's a very good upbeat country song, and it's based on my upbringing, my childhood, being able to, run around and be a little. I don't know what the word is without swearing. So, yeah, again, I guess the listeners will know where I'm heading with that one. It's it's about being mischievous, being a kid, being I've been a lot of things in my life. I've dealt with a lot of things, and that song kind of explains it in an upbeat manner, which is always good.
All right, man. Mum Part 2.
Oh, no, that's a beauty. That one, that was for the 19th anniversary of my mum's passing, and that's basically the story of me and how I watched my family. My grandparents, who were my mum's parents, watching them crumble, watching my aunties crumble, and my family after my mum suddenly, passed away. She was very young at the time too, so it was a massive shock to everyone. And Mum Part 2 is based on that. It's quite a sad track, I guess.
All right, man. All right, so let's go to the bonus, man. Tell us about that.
The bonus.
Yeah, track 11.
Track 11. That's Country Dream Live, right?
Oh, okay. It's a live performance.
Yes, yeah. That's Country Dream Live.
All right, man. So guess where we're gonna go back? We're gonna go back deeper into your history, man. All right.
Okay.
All right, man. Lightning up. Lightning up.
Oh, damn, man. The stuff you can find on the internet. Lighten Up. That was I think that was my first ever single. I'd just come off of doing a little tour, a mini tour of my area in the UK, and I was approached by a man at the end of it, and he asked me if I'd ever thought about signing a record deal. And obviously I think I was about 14, 13 at the time, and I was like, oh no, obviously, like, I'd love to, but I haven't had the pleasure yet. And he said to me that he wanted my email address and that he was going to send me a record contract over, and he did, and I signed it, being a bit of an idiot and not really reading it. I kind of just signed the dotted line and was like, yes, now I'm signed to a record label, and it kind of all went to hell, because I did record a full album with them. Lighten Up was the debut single, and the rest of the album just disappeared. I never saw it again, and I don't know where it went. But Lighten Up is about, I guess it's about primarily sort of, the world gets dark at times, and we got to find ways to sort of lighten up and show that we, can push through the darkest of times and be at one with everything, I guess. Kind of, I was a bit more of a, I'd say more spiritually inclined at that age than I am now. So, yeah.
All right, man. So, man, so Electric Blueprint.
Oh, that's not me. No, I found out actually recently. I didn't know. There's another Paul Carey out there. I have no idea who he is, but his music gets attached to mine and vice versa. I think there is another song out there by me, but it's under Paul Carey Jr., JNR.
Wow, man.
Very confusing.
Yeah, man. I was like, wow, you have more. You had like 3 more. I was like, wow. All right, man. So, all right. So basically, bro, how I discovered you, man, is an app called Bandlab. And if anybody don't know about BandLab, it's a free app where you can actually record and do all kinds of sort of things, collaborations and all that. So let me ask you this, man. How did you get involved and how did you discover BandLab?
I think I was going through the App Store one day actually, and I was looking for music distribution apps, like apps to help me, obviously, get exposure as an artist. And I stumbled onto BandLab and I sort of checked it out. And honestly, for the people listening as well, if you're looking at getting into recording or anything like that, I can honestly say it has one of the best user interfaces. And in terms of the audio workstation and everything like that, it's so simple and easy to use. It's unbelievable. It's the best thing you can do to get into the recording biz.
All right, man. So let me ask you this: was your album "A Better Man" was that all done on BandLab?
The majority of it was, yeah, actually, and quite a bit of the upcoming album is as well, yeah.
All right, man. So how did this affect your workflow, man? Actually getting it done and not having to pay a lot of money, but just being able to just record whenever you want, man.
Honest, I mean, motivation wise, it was one hell of a kick, because instead of having to wait for studio time and things like that, I went online. I bought myself like a condenser mic and a mixer, and this was obviously when I wanted to upgrade from just using my phone to do it. And I bought a couple of items which are cheap enough to buy if you're looking in the right places, and plugged them into my laptop and started using BandLab on there. And yeah, again, it just, I mean, being able to record whenever you want is so much more fun than having to wait for everyone else to tell you when you can record. I mean, there's nothing better than sort of running your own empire, and being able to do it by yourself. I'm sure you get that with your podcast, right?
Yeah, man. All right. So let me ask you this: how are you different from other musicians in the industry?
Oh, now I like that. That's a good question right there. This is a good interview now. Woo. How am I different? I'd say, I mean, primarily because of my upbringing, the things I've seen, the things I've done, like I state in the latest track that you've heard, called Faith. I talk a lot about the friends and the family members that we've had to bury, and we have, sincerely. I've lost a lot of people, and I think not only that, but my influences and everything. I write about things that are real: feelings, thoughts, depression, anxiety, happiness, love, heartbreak, and these things, they're not really something that many people delve into nowadays. I mean, I think the biggest prime example of music in the 21st century is, yo, I was in the club sipping on Hennessy till some lady come over and sat right next to me, and it's like, okay, that's cool if you're living a lavish lifestyle, but what if you're sitting at home curled up into a ball crying your eyes out because there's nothing out there for you? And my music's for those people that feel they have nothing and feel that every day is a struggle. My music is to let them people know that they ain't on their own. It's not for the mass millionaires in the world. It's not for the rich folks. It's for the people that need it. And that's what makes me different.
All right, man. So let me ask you this: from 10 years from now, do you think your music's still going to be leading the same way?
I mean, prediction wise, I believe it's gonna boom. I honestly believe there will be a resurgence of my style of music. I feel like I mean, not necessarily me personally, but I feel like there's gonna be a resurgence of this style of music, stuff that people connect with, songs that you can sit there and cry your eyes out to and not feel bad, things that you connect with on an emotional level, those kind of songs that are so rare to find nowadays, like I said earlier with Elvis and If I Can Dream, then kind of songs that make your hair stand up on the back of your neck. I feel like in the next 10 years, I feel like me personally, I think I'm gonna. I mean, I want to predict. I'm gonna go balls out cocky. I think I'm gonna occupy the charts, certainly.
That's amazing, man. Okay, man. Moving on. So, can we expect any music videos off this project, like Country Dream?
No, no. I was gonna do a lot of music videos for Better Man, but obviously with my focus shifting now more so to the new album, I've decided to work primarily on that one. So I mean, I want to do a remastered Better Man at some point, and maybe then there'll be good videos for that one. But I think my focus at the moment is Redemption.
All right, man. All right, so on this upcoming album or release you got going on, when is the release date, man?
Um, I'm toying with it at the moment. I was thinking around March, April this year. So for people obviously listening that wanna know when the actual release date is, I'd say go and follow me on either Bandlab or Instagram, and there'll be updates on there. I mean, at the moment it stands maybe March, April time. So, and it's going to be a big album with quite a few songs on it. So it's going to be a good one.
All right, man. So leading to your early days, man, have you ever performed or done any talent shows?
Um, I did one. My area of the UK is called Kent, and I did a show called Kent's Got Talent. I did audition for Britain's Got Talent once when I was about 13, and I mean, my voice hadn't broke yet, and I went on and I think I tried to sing "Feeling Good" by Michael Bublé, which was obviously the worst song to sing for a boy that's voice hasn't broken yet. You know, I was trying to force my tone a little lower, and birds flying high, and that was sort of how I sounded, and it was kind of hilarious. But no, I didn't get anywhere, so I haven't since.
All right, so let me ask you this, man. Would you be interested in performing live, like on Instagram Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, like any of them live streaming platforms?
Absolutely, yeah. I was I was actually thinking about this recently. Obviously, we're still in national lockdown over here in the UK at the moment, thanks to coronavirus and whatnot. So I was planning on maybe getting some live shows going on Facebook and my Instagram page and possibly YouTube. I guess we'll see on that one. But yeah, no, it's definitely something I'm considering and have been considering for a little while.
All right, man. Future collaborations, and you haven't done collaborations, have you?
Not yet, no.
Is that in the works or no?
I mean, I think if the right people reached out to me, I have been speaking with a few people recently about potential collaborations in future, and things are looking promising. Like, I'd be open to collaborating with pretty much anyone as long as they know what they're doing, and I mean, if anyone on BandLab obviously wants to collab, maybe they should just reach out and we'll have a chat about it and go from there. Really, I'm down to collab.
All right, man. All right, all right. Okay, man. So, if you could collaborate with any musician or band, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh, any dead or alive. Woo! I don't know. See, I think Elvis Presley or Michael Jackson, they'd be, and I say Michael Jackson purely because I mean, the man's an icon, right? Everyone recognizes his sound, and I think everything he did was a hit too. So I mean, why wouldn't you want to collab with him? And then obviously Elvis, because since the early days, he's sort of been a very, very big influence and driving force behind my own music.
What would be the best advice you will give the youth?
Sorry?
What would be the best advice you would give the youth?
That I would give
Or,
to me?
or do you have a message in your music for the youth?
For the youth? Oh, I think, I mean, I've got two answers for that one, I guess. My message to the youth, to the younger generation would be, you know, we've all got big dreams. We all want to make something of our lives, and I guess anyone that tells you you can't make something of your life, don't pay no attention. Just keep doing you, because I promise you, somewhere out there, people are gonna want to see it. People are gonna want to listen, and people are gonna want to pay attention. And in terms of my music and the message in that is, I guess it's sort of a similar line, I suppose, in the sense of, you know, we're all going to go through bad times. The road will always get bumpy. But, I mean, remember, at some point the road will be smooth, and you got to go over the hurdles to get to what you want, because nothing worth having isn't worth fighting for.
All right, man. Who is your music targeted toward?
I think everyone, really. I think I've got some music that sort of speaks more to older people. And I think, especially with the upcoming release, I think a lot of it speaks more to the younger generation. You know, it's more poppy, it's more vibrant, it's a bit more colourful. And I feel like it maybe reaches people a little bit better. So I don't have a specific target demographic, I guess. It's sort of just, if you hear it, you relate to it, you know, then it's all good.
Favorite lyrics in a song?
Sorry?
Favorite lyrics in a song?
In any song?
Yes, sir.
I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Elvis. With the Elvis, If I Can Dream. You know, we're lost in a cloud. There's too much of rain. But I forgot it now. I forgot the next bit. If you know it, you know where I'm going with it. I think
right,
but
man.
as long as the man has the strength to believe, he can redeem his soul. And I think that's it's a very refreshing message.
What are your music guilty pleasures?
oh Jesus. My guilty pleasures musically. I've got my partner's just given me a look as I repeated that one. I think Taylor Swift. I'll admit it here and now. Taylor Swift. I like listening to a little bit of Tay Tay. That's a massive guilty pleasure of mine.
All right, man. All right, bro. So what are you doing right now to market your 2019 debut album?
I'm not really, I guess, with that one. Like I said, I did a few gigs and a lot of promo before the release. And now the primary focus is on the upcoming release. Obviously, we're in this is the year that I intend to release my next album. So I'm sort of, I guess I've turned my attention more to that now.
All right, man. So if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
Oh no, I don't think I could do anything without music. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer for that one, to be honest. I don't think I could imagine my life without music involved. I think if I couldn't be doing what I love, then it's just not worth it. You know, there's nothing I'd rather do.
What are your goals in 2021?
2021. my biggest goals at the moment is I've not long started an Instagram page, so try and promote that, I guess, put the music on there, as well as obviously finish and release Redemption. That's a big one for 2021. And off music topic, I guess, quit smoking. They're my goals for this year.
Best advice you have been given.
Best advice I've been given. I think it relates to singing. Best advice I was given in relation to performing was always just sing like nobody's listening. You know, don't pay attention to the crowds or to the people. Just do what you love because it's what you love.
All right, man. So let me ask you this. Would you use that same advice for any upcoming musician or band that's trying to make it in the music industry like yourself?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think the biggest killer of most performers is nerves. You know, and I think I can't remember the guy's name, but there was an artist a few years back who said he was very hated. He was a British artist that was very hated, and he said it doesn't matter that I'm hated as long as 1% of the world buys my album, I'm a millionaire. The rest of you can carry on hating. So I guess don't care if people hate on you. Don't care what people say, because all you need to do is speak out to the people that need to hear what you're saying, and you'll make a difference.
All right, man. That's dope advice. All right, so how is your music going to evolve from here, man?
Well, I don't know. I don't think anything really stops evolving. I mean, if people listen to Better Man and then listen to Redemption when that releases, there is a massive difference in the sound, in my vocal range. You know, I've got better in time, and my writing's got better. And not only that, it's more pop focused to the upcoming album, whereas obviously my last one was more country focused, country and folk. So you know, there's a few key differences between then and now.
All right, man. You want to give out your special shout out?
I don't really know many people to shout out, to be honest with you. I guess shout out to any and all people that have followed me and supported me so far in the journey, and let's keep the ball rolling and see what the future holds.
All right, man. Go ahead and plug in all your social media outlets and let everyone know where they can find your music.
Oh yes. Me do that or you do that?
You do that, big dog.
Me, okay. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's Paul Carey 544. I'm pretty easy to find. I've got a YouTube channel, Paulie Bob Sing. If you want to find me on Bandlab, I think it's Paul Country. Yeah, again, easy to find. Got a lot of material on there. And Spotify, obviously, Paul Carey, Better Man. My album will come straight up. And yeah, and obviously follow me, and you'll see the updates on the upcoming album, and hopefully you'll get it, because we need all the sales we can get.
All right, man. So is there anything that you want to speak on right now, man, that I didn't speak on?
I don't think so. I think we're all good on my end.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Paul Carey. This is Strictly for the Music Podcast.